The Prison Pandemic Project, based at the University of California, Irvine, is a digital archive built to preserve the stories of people incarcerated in California prisons during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Living Archive tracks people's stories across time, with accounts from early 2020 forward, and place across all 35 California prisons. Listeners can access and explore the stories on the site in multiple ways, the first being an interactive map of California. We chose the map as the primary directory for accessing our collection because we want users unfamiliar with the high number of prisons in California to be able to intuitively explore the map and locate prisons near their homes, or perhaps regions they recognize, like the Bay Area. Once a user clicks on a dot, the prison and some basic infection information appear on the right-hand side. A user can then click on Hear the Stories to go to the prison's page. For users not looking to explore the site in depth, the Featured Stories carousel allows them to quickly access some of the more compelling stories on the site. The statistics on the homepage are updated weekly based on data from the UCLA Law COVID-19 Behind Bars data project. We have two ways for users to take action after exploring the site. One is in a Take Action callout that will update with new campaigns and initiatives. The second option is for users to submit their own story. This is particularly targeted at family members, staff, and programming providers, all of whom we are currently reaching out to as we expand our collection efforts. For users who are more familiar with the California prison system, we provide a prison directory to search and click on individual prisons. The dark brown prisons are prisons we have collections for, and the gray prisons are prisons for which we are still developing initial collections. On a prison page, you are first introduced to the basic statistical information about the outbreak at this facility. We present this in raw numbers and in graphic form over time. Next to the graphic, you see we have organized our stories for this prison based on common themes found across all of the collection. If you click on the theme, you will see all stories for this theme for this prison. Additionally, we also have a Featured Stories carousel with featured stories from this prison. When you click Listen next to a story title, the story's transcript will appear on the left. The majority of the stories on the site are smaller segments of larger stories. The stories are kept as true to the original as possible, with minor exceptions for redactions to maintain anonymity and light edits for readability. We have three sources of stories: recorded phone calls, transcribed letters, and web-submitted stories. We have a dedicated team of students who run a hotline nightly, Monday to Friday, to collect phone calls. Letters are sent to our P.O. box, and users can submit stories directly on the site. All written material is voiced over by our volunteers, so users can still experience listening to the narratives. So far, we have collected more than 800 stories. We are currently in the process of preparing many of those stories for cataloging on the site. We are also collecting more stories through outreach to communities of system-impacted people, and we are developing a sustainable archival infrastructure.